Welcome to Line by Line Germany, as we look at the main rail route linking Bremen with Hannover. The programme begins with scenes from the main station at Bremen. We move south and stop at various stations on the main line down towards Eystrup. Continuing our journey south, we enjoy trackside locations as well as further station scenes where we conclude our journey on the 6-track main line to the east of Wunstorf. We study the trains and traffic on the main route that runs southeast from Bremen down towards Wunstorf, just to the west of Hannover. The black line on our map indicates the section of track that we filmed during the summer of 2017. The route to the east of Wunstorf is featured in more detail in our magazine programme European Railway issue number 76. We begin the programme in the north and at the busy station which lies in the industrial city of Bremen. This is a major rail centre in northern Germany and sees vast quantities of freight and passenger traffic. The station is located on the northeastern side of the main city centre, close to the shops and areas of commerce. Our filming locations are numerous. The map here shows the main positions of our camera on the actual station platforms. Our first look at the complex is from outside of the main entrance, adjacent to the tram station. The station building here was constructed between 1886 and 1891. Our photographs show the main overall roof, which was constructed at the same time. The current station was built on the site of the original structure, which was first opened in 1847. An additional station was built alongside this on the northern edge in 1870 for the line to and from Hamburg, but was later subsumed into today's structure in the 1880s. Passenger services are a mixture of S-Bahn, regional and long-distance intercity services. The most common are the S-Bahn trains operated by Nordwestbahn, a private company operating many local services in Lower Saxony, and which today boasts itself as Germany's largest private regional railways company. Typical of their trains in this area is this Class 440 electric unit. The front of the station is to the left of this picture, as we see a pair of Class 648 diesel units arrive on platform number 2, forming a terminating service from Osnabrück. The units will go forward to the nearby stabling sidings before returning later. Class 146 electrics are also regular visitors here, mainly on DB regional services from and to Hannover. This is 146132. The two through tracks seen in the foreground are the main freight lines. Arriving in platform 8 is 101033, at the head of train IC2311, the 0926 from Westerland to Stuttgart. The train was running just a couple of minutes late. .440, 220 and 330 depart with the 1357 service for Verden. These 5 and 3 car Class Coradia Continental units were introduced from 2010 on S-Bahn services around this area. There are 17 of these 5-car Class 440 units used on the local services, as well as 18 of the 3-car versions. .27 of these Class 146 Sub-Series 5 locomotives were introduced into traffic by DB from 2016 for use on double-deck IC2 train sets. The train here is the 0938 from Leipzig to Emden, running around 20 minutes late when it was seen here on the 12th of July 2017 with locomotive number 575 in charge. Freight traffic is buoyant through here, with anything from between 6 and 12 movements each hour. Here 145058 heads southbound covered steel wagons at nearly 20 past 2 in the afternoon. Car trains of all sorts are frequent through here, mainly involving wagons or services provided by ARS Altmann. In this view, Class 223155 is seen heading southbound empties. Owned by Private Car Train, a subsidiary of ARS Altmann, the loco is one of 5 Regio runners delivered to the company between 2010 and 2011 for use on such services.
Einfahrt RE1 nach Norddeichmole über Oldenburg. Abfahrt 14:53 Uhr. Vorsicht bei der Einfahrt.
Metronom also operates services into and out of Bremen on the route north to Hamburg. Entering the station is 14601 or 146501 as it is also numbered. The loco was introduced into traffic on the 1st of July 2003. DB Regional use Class 146 electrics on the regular hourly services between here and Osnabrück, with alternating starting points of either Hamburg or Bremerhaven. This train is the 1423 from Bremerhaven, powered by 146101. This is 185284. The line from Emden and Oldenburg branches in from the left. There is usually one freight service per hour on this route. Arriving with a car train from Emden is 145001. The 1533 service to Hamburg was delayed by a few minutes, as it is a connection of the previous intercity service powered by 101-110. This metronome train is itself powered by 146-531. A huge variety of electric traction is witnessed through here, including in this view a multi-voltage Class 189 electric. Here 189077 heads empty car transporters north through the station at just before 10 to 4 in the afternoon. Having been in the nearby carriage sidings, number 14601 powers at the rear of this metronome service, the 1559 departure for Hamburg. There are 2 metronome arrivals and departures each hour, all on the Hamburg route. One 146-573 is on the rear of this intercity train set, the 1138 from Leipzig to Emden. Heading north is Cap Trains 185CL005 on a loaded coal train from Bottrop to Bremen Steelworks. 146-105 has just exited the carriage sidings and brings its train into the station, ready to work the 1617 departure for Hannover. One of PKP Cargo's new Vectron electrics is seen here with loaded steel slab from Poland to the steelworks in Bremen. The locomotive is number EU46502. In part 2 of this programme, we head southeast of Bremen on the route to Hannover. Our map shows the locations chosen. The first at Achim, then Etelsen, Langwedel, Verden and finally at Eystrup. We begin on the northern section, calling into 3 stations, the first of which is at Achim, just 10 minutes train ride from the main station at Bremen. Arriving with the 1620 from Hannover to Bremerhaven is 146-129. In the opposite direction comes the 1439 from Norddeich-Möller to Hannover. A few minutes behind the passenger is ES64U2098 on one of the regular car trains that run along this line. With the back of the car train seen in the far distance, which is by now approaching our second location at Etelsen, two Class 440 units approach the station on a local stopping train from Verden to Bremen. In driving rain, 140-002 heads for the freight loop in charge of a trainload of cars for export, working from Frankenberg to Emden. It is passed by a Class 155 mixed freight bound for Zieltzer Yard, Hannover. We now move 6 kilometres southeast to the station at Etelsen, where we see 402021 heading north with the 1322 from München to Bremen. Most stations along this line also have a freight loop. Such is the quantity of trains that use this route. Being held for a suitable path north is 185095. This route was originally built as a branch of the Hannover to Minden Railway in order to connect with the strategically important industrial city of Bremen. The line was opened in 1847, and from the beginning it quickly established itself as an important freight route linking Bremen, Bremerhaven and Emden, with factories in southern Germany. As we have already seen, Nordwestbahn also operates services along this route to and from Verden. The route is awash with private operators' locomotives, such as seen here with Hector-Rail's Class 185 electric number 241008, on a semi-trailer train from Krefeld and on towards Denmark via Bremen and Hamburg. On hire to HSL Logistics based in Hamburg, number 146521 is seen heading south with this tank train. The loco still sports its Connex Regiobahn livery, which it carried from new in 2005. Private passenger operator Eriks work local services between Bremen and Soltau, the branch to which diverges just after Langwedel. This is unit number 628484. Class 193s are hired out or sold to many operators these days, and so come in loads of different liveries. This eye-catching design belongs to 193553, owned by Alpha Trains and currently on hire to TX Logistic. 146108 passes by in the opposite direction. We return to our map, showing the main filming locations. This time we move southeast to Langwedel. The station here lies on the junction of the diesel-only line to Soltau, which runs off in an easterly direction and crosses under the line up from Verden to Rothenburg. Our location is on the southern side of the tracks adjacent to the main station building. Heading east is a returning EU46502, heading empty slab carriers from Bremen Steelworks to Kraków in Poland. Note the extensive use of sound barriers here, something which is common on this line where it runs through built-up areas. This is the main station building, a fairly modern affair dating from the early 1980s. The town has a population of just over 14,000 and dates back to at least the year 1180. Just opposite the entrance is what looks like the former station house, now a private dwelling. "402-021 is seen once again, this time though returning on the 1914 from Bremen to Nürnberg. Train services which stop at the station are operated by Nordwestbahn and Eriks. This is set 440-224, departing northwest with one of the half-hourly trains bound for Bremen. Austrian Railways Taurus Electric number 1116106 heads empty car carriers from Bremen to Győr in Hungary. We continue our journey south now as we travel to Verden, where the single track line down from Rothenburg joins our main route through to Hannover. Our location is next to the old goods yard, just to the north of the station on the west side of the tracks. Heading north we see 185079 with a set of Rins type sliding hood wagons. These 19.9 metre long wagons are designed mainly for palletised goods or other cargoes which have to be kept dry. In the opposite direction we see 193805 on this covered car train heading south. The low evening sunshine picks out 146131, heading north with the 1920 service from Hannover to Nadeich. The sidings on the left of this picture are used to stage northbound freights, such as in this example seen headed by 152044. The train was held for a northbound ICE to pass. On the right we see a Class DE 2700 or Class 251 diesel on a rake of VTG Falns hoppers heading for Wilhelmshaven. Travelling south is B Logistics Class 186 number 2835. The train has come off the Rothenburg line, having originated in Hamburg. The station here was inaugurated in 1847 when the line to Bremen was opened. Today it is served by DB Regional Services and is also part of the Bremen S-Bahn network, with trains worked by Nordwestbahn. Slowing for the station stop is 146129 with a service from Bremerhaven to Hannover. The line to Rothenburg can be seen heading off to the right between the two trains. 152-147 is seen heading towards the camera and is about to be recessed and then overtaken by another train. (1116-056) heads in the opposite direction. We now move south from Verden to the junction at Eystrup. Our location is next to the old goods shed on the western side of the tracks. Looking north, the time is just before 10 to 9 in the evening, and 143, 891 and 062 come into view heading a mixed freight from Bremen to Zieltzer marshalling yard in Hannover. Due to DB Cargo's chronic loco shortage in recent years, locomotives such as these have been drafted in to ease the situation after they have become surplus to requirements in the regional passenger sector. Just 4 minutes later and 146-102 slows, powering at the rear of the 1839 from Norddeich-Möhle to Hannover regional express service. Not far behind we see HF Weber locomotive number 4. This is XDB Class 212 number 107 dating from 1963 and is used on infrastructure trains throughout the country. Being looped here is Class 185 electric number 210 on this southbound intermodal from Bremen, Grauland to Verona in Italy. We were seeing around 12 trains an hour on this line during our evening filming. (155-245) heads north with train EZ 54024 from Etelsen to Bremen, Grauland. Finally, a Class 402 ICE heads north, forming the 1949 from Berlin to Oldenburg. In part 3 of this programme, we look at our final stretch of track, the line south of Eystrup and onwards towards Wunstorf. We chose a number of locations which are all seen on this map. We concentrate on the northern section first, with further scenes around Eystrup, followed by 2 locations around Rohrsen. We begin though where we left off in the last section, next to the platforms at Eystrup station, before heading a kilometre to the south and to a location on the eastern side of the rails. It is early on the morning of the 13th of July 2017 as Cap Trains 145 CL005 head south with empty coal hoppers from Bremen Steelworks to Bottrop. The time is just before 6:30. It looks like the driver may have missed acknowledging a safety device as 185610 and train make an unscheduled stop with a northbound car train. Heading south with another similar working is 193855. 193848 has been in service for 2 years when this film was taken. It is currently on hire to Eisenbahngesellschaft Potsdam Limited Company. We now move south of the station and 146575 is seen hurrying north with the 0501 from Magdeburg to Emden intercity service. Heading south we see 146132 on the late running 0523 from Bremerhaven to Hannover. ICE services run at 2-hourly intervals in each direction and are mainly formed of these Class 402 train sets. Here set number 031 works the 0641 from Oldenburg to München. The early morning brought around 6 freights to the line each hour. This is 152077. We now move south once again and to two locations around Rohrsen. The first is on the northern side as Mittelwieserbahns 182912 heads north with train DGS 69076 from Stuttgart to Bremerhaven. This was followed by 193605, hauling train number DGS 69150 from München to Bremerhaven. Another container train, this time KT 50294, from Regensburg Ost to Bremerhaven, hauled by DB Cargo's number 152143. Heading south towards the camera is 182526, at the time hired out to Hector Rail. It is seen powering train DGS 63005 from Bremen to München. With 6 northbound freight trains in an hour, it was getting busy. Rounding the curve is 193858, heading train DGS 48910 from Graz in Austria to Bremerhaven. Kilometre post 63, which is seen here, is the distance from Hannover main station. Heading south is Green Cargo 185328 on train KT 43231 from Hamburg to Verona. We move south again, and the 146106 has charge of the 0920 Hannover to Norddeich-Mühle. This is the 146131. Container trains from the Czech Republic to Bremerhaven also appear on this line. Most will be powered by Metrans Class 386 electrics or DB Class 189. This is 386005. 3704 head south with coal hoppers from Wilhelmshaven. We head southeast of Nienburg now and to the station at Linsburg, some 46 kilometres from Hannover and 25 from Wunstorf. The station is served by the Hannover S-Bahn line out to and from Nienburg. We begin, however, with 146-130 with the 1020 from Hannover to Bremerhaven. In the opposite direction comes the 146-555 at the head of the 0736 Naardijksmolen to Leipzig. Our first S-Bahn train is in the shape of 424031 and 424021. Finally, from here we see 425051 and 424040 arriving from the south, with an S-Bahn service bound for Nienburg. We now continue our journey south towards Wunstorf, this time calling into Hagen. Our location is just north of the new S-Bahn station, which was built fairly recently. The former station is now closed, and the main building seen here is now in commercial use. Heading north we see the 185355 on automotive train number GA48924 from Karlsdorf to Bremerhaven. We now cover two locations either side of Neustadt am Rübenberge, the first in the north and the second from Poggenhagen. This is the first of two S-Bahn trains. Here we feature 424040 and 425051 returning south with a service from Nienburg to Hannover. In the opposite direction come units 424035 and 004. At Poggenhagen, the station isn't too far away from the military airport. It is on the eastern side of the platforms that we view 101111 heading south with 101017 passing by in the opposite direction heading for Neideich-Möhle. Swiss Railway's 421375 heads south light engine after taking a loaded car train to Bremerhaven. complete our journey by visiting the major junction at Wunstorf, where the Bremen to Hannover line joins the equally busy tracks up from Minden. Our location is east of the station platforms, beginning on the road bridge, where we see a pair of Class 424s slowing for the station stop, with an S-Bahn service bound for Minden. The 5 tracks veering off to the right are those that head for Bremen. Since December 2015, the Westfalenbahn has operated services on the Mittelland line from Rheine to Hannover and onwards to Braunschweig, mainly using these new Class 445 KISS double-deck units. This is ET613, the last of the fleet of 13. This line is very busy, with up to 30 movements each hour. Here 143-640 heads east. Following along behind is 193508 on an empty container train from Rheinhausen to Rzepin in Poland. As mentioned at the start of this programme, we will continue our journey along this line towards Hannover in European Railway issue number 76. In the meantime, we would like to thank you for watching this edition of European Railway Line by Line.